And he went down the hill going, ah, ah, ah. I was like, screw my shoulder. I've cracked my balls. We are talking embarrassment this week. Humiliation. That's right. We're going to confess and we want to hear from you too.
Yeah, we've got an amazing bike vault this week. Some really cool Instabangerz too.
Right, we've got an epic First Try Friday and an epic video coming out as well that's just been released.
It's all happening.
It's the Dirt Shed Show!
Okay, embarrassing moments. We've all had them. Bikes seem to bring embarrassing moments to you. And I'll tell you what got me thinking about this, lads. We had this text from Winterfell 7102, and he said, today at school, yeah, he's a regular. He's been in a few times. He wheelied into the bike racks at school. Front wheel planted it right in there, perfect.
That's cool. That's cool.
But then he lost his balance, fell over and bent the front wheel in half. Everyone there to watch.
Yeah.
Make it worse, he tries to straighten the front wheel out in a cool way, using the bike stand, and bent his disc rotor.
Oh no! I think he was trying to impress.
So he says at the end, then he says, not only do I have a bent wheel, but I also have a bent rotor. Please send me some mental encouragement. So let's confess some of the things that have been embarrassing in our careers, and then hopefully you guys are going to get in on the comments down there and tell us some of your embarrassing moments too. So Doddy, what have you got as an embarrassing moment on your bike?
Numerous. I think probably one that stands out was when I rode over my own feet in front of the bus stop for people. Just pedalling up this hill, my chain snapped. I hit my balls on the top tube, and because this bike didn't have a drop post, had a real high saddle, slid down the tube, basically my feet went under the wheels, like, and it just toppled over in front of the bus stop.
I don't think I can beat that. I can't beat that.
Like, I would have laughed if I was at the bus stop.
I would have definitely laughed.
That's a brilliant picture of your feet under the wheels.
It really hurt, actually.
I've got numerous ones riding, because I used to do obviously live shows like Blake, and I've had lots of things happen in front of big audiences, but the most embarrassing moment I've ever had on my bike is when I was alone, actually. I was absolutely on my own. I had a big row with my wife about what we were going to have for tea. And it was one of those rows that gets huge out of nothing, right? She wanted spag bowl, I wanted chili, it was massive. And I stormed out. I've never done it before. I stormed out, I'm going out on my bike! And I went down Porthcawl Beach. It was amazing down there. And I was like, I'm just going to ride my bike for half an hour. I'm not talking about dinner. And I got down there and my bike wasn't in the car.
Oh, no, that's ridiculous.
And I sat there.
She went for a good drive.
Oh, and I had to drive. I had to drive home. And who was at the door? My bike.
Oh.
Lisa, like, forget something. Oh.
She wins.
She crucified me that day. Yes, so that was incredibly embarrassing and humiliating. So, what about you, Blake?
No, I can't beat that. It's crazy. Well, I do have one where I was at a contest and I was showing off. It was practice, big jump right by the riders' lounge.
Yes.
Did this huge backflip, no hand out, but I went so far and fast, past the jump, I landed, and as soon as I landed, I just blew up. Shoes came off, everything came off, everything.
Always a good
bike,
if
and I
your
just
shoes come
sat there with no shoes on, in the dust, and all the guys laughing at me.
So we've all had some embarrassing moments on our bikes. It happens to us all, but I really would love to hear about some of yours. The comment section down there is great to hear from you, but I love it when there's a little story in there. Getting a bit of a feeling of what's happening to you with bikes, and funny stories like this crack me up. But we're also cheekily thinking, so what is embarrassing about cycling? I don't know if we're going to get away with this, lads. We're going to try. We're going to try.
What's embarrassing?
Tongue in cheek. Yeah. We want to know. This was Doddy's idea. What is the most, and Blake's, I had nothing to do with it. What is the most embarrassing bike to ride?
Yeah. This is a good poll.
It's a poll. So up above Doddy's head, these are your options. Is the most embarrassing bike to ride a fat bike?
No, I like fat bikes, but that could be embarrassing.
It's not our views that are important here. Second option, is it a tandem? They're pretty embarrassing.
I quite like a tandem.
I like it.
They're good fun.
Don't tell anyone. E-bike. E-bike.
I like an e-bike too.
Is an e-bike the most embarrassing bike to ride? Let us know if it is in the poll. What about this option? I think this is going to get universal approval in the embarrassment front. Unicycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unicycle. Or last up, what about recumbents?
Dude, that's not even a bike.
What is it?
That's those horrible sheepy things you lie down. Yeah,
Oh, the ones with a
flag.
big flag.
Yeah.
No good.
Oh, I know
skip
the
it. Let's
one.
put road bike in there instead. Let's have that.
So your last
You
option,
like road bikes, don't you?
recumbent bike's got scratched, road bike is your last option.
Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing bike to ride? Let us know and get involved with the comment section
Yeah.
down below.
So now it's time for the poll results from last week's show. And that was to hardtail or not to hardtail.
Yeah,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah,
results.
interesting
Really.
on this. So 2% never been on one. 2% if you need to sort your
2%?
lives out.
Yeah,
Get
come
a hardtail.
on, come on.
Swear it all.
Hardtails are
Give
amazing
it a
fun.
try. 1% of you not really interested in you guys. I'm sorry, you say you hate them. That
No,
sucks.
move on,
That's
move
harsh.
on, move on.
51% of you, yes, got it right. I began on a hardtail.
Wow.
I began on hardtail.
Damn straight.
So imagine
100%.
that. That's
Yeah.
I began on a hardtail.
half our pollsters began on a hardtail.
Good.
That's how important that bike is.
That's
to this
genuine
sport.
Yeah.
mountain biking.
Incredible,
Yeah,
incredible.
3%. I'm a fully rigid rider.
Rigid.
Rather you than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Body
Yeah,
shape.
fair
yeah,
play,
yeah.
but yeah.
And a massive 40%. I've always ridden hardtails.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hardtails are big in
Yeah.
that pot of pollsters.
Yeah, and then
It's
going
very
straight
interesting.
into the comments as
Yeah.
well. So there's some really good ones here. So bike MTB. I love hardtails. I ride a white 805. Nice bike, that. I love it. And people say you need a full sus to be a proper mountain biker, but you can shred a hardtail. Ask any dirt jumper. Hey, Blake.
Yes.
Yes.
Completely
A lot
true.
of hardtail love.
A lot of hardtail up for sure.
Yeah, Head Over Handlebars says, I've only ever ridden hardtails because every full sus I've ridden has just felt wrong. Hardtails may be a bit slower, but I think the ease of maintenance, lower cost, greater smiles for miles, make up for it. Plus, they can teach you a lot about control.
That is
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That
yeah.
is
So
very
that's a good point, and I definitely think you get more feedback on that bike. You definitely
Yeah.
get
So for all
good
them
vibe.
full suspension riders, buy a hardtail. Probably
Yeah.
increase your riding.
Yeah, one more comment, Doddy.
Yeah, Camille says, let's be honest, hardtails are dead for general mountain biking.
What?
Oh!
The only place where hardtails will stay is dirt jumping.
Yeah,
But
okay.
once you try a full sus on trail, you'll never go back. Full suspension bikes are so comfy and make trails more enjoyable and faster. There's no need for a hardtail.
Oh,
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree.
I disagree. Like, I 100% agree with the fact that a full suspension bike, they do enable you to ride faster, more aggressively, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But hardtails always have a place.
Yes,
They do.
definitely.
Especially a fat
Definitely.
bike hardtail.
And let's also not forget that hardtails are more affordable for a lot of riders too. So you've got
yeah.
to take that into account.
But that said, Camille, thanks for your point of view.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
love hearing from you guys. So whatever your point of view, let us know. Get involved. Become a dirt shedder. We love it. Getting in there. Getting in there. Right, let's get on to the news. Neil isn't here, but we'll try and handle it. Where is Neil?
He's on
on
holiday,
holiday,
isn't he?
I like how he looked
So-
under the desk because
Yeah.
it's so short. He could have been under there.
He's topping up his tan, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Where's he
but
gone this time?
I don't know. He's
Cornwall.
Oh, was he?
I think so.
Right, time for the news. And the Urban Games has been happening in China.
Very interesting.
Now, let me get the name of the place right. Chengdu in China is now the Urban Games is a new thing from UCI to kind of revamp and reposition BMX Street,
Yeah.
trials riding, plus, and this is kind of controversial, I think, XCE, that one lap race,
Okay, yeah, the sprint.
sprint
XCE.
cross
Head to
country.
head.
I thought that was electric bikes. X.
No, fours up, like
Oh, okay.
there,
four
there will
cross-
be one, I'm sure.
Oh, I bet they will.
full cross country. Really exciting, I thought. Now, one thing they did that I think's really, really smart, a brilliant result in the trials. Jack Carthy won it from the UK.
Oh, nice,
He's
yeah,
won it
he's
again.
great.
Fantastic rider. But what I loved about it is they've changed the rules. They've changed the rules for trials. So usually when you're doing trials, you try and not put your feet down
Yeah.
because if you do, you get
You earn
given
points,
points,
don't you? Yeah.
and you want to be the lowest score to win.
Okay.
Now what they've done is they've changed it. So when you ride through a section, every time you get through specific gates, you get given 10 points.
Okay.
Well,
And then in a section, there's 6 places that you could basically get that. So each section on the course is worth 60 points. Now, the person who scores the most points going through without making a mistake, basically most points at the end of the race, wins.
Okay.
So they've got this great graphic, so when someone's watching, they can see a red light comes on for every gate they've got through clean. And when they've got through, you can see the score building up, you can work out which riders beat
you can see it
who.
live, basically.
And
yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
live.
that's much
It's
better.
really
That's
fun.
way better.
And I think
Yeah.
it's a big
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
But it's really great. It means trials might be a bit more approachable for the virgin to the sport.
I was going to say, you've got to really be into it to watch it otherwise.
Trials is hard to understand sometimes, and I think this is a great step forward. It was really exciting, great win for Jack Carvey. And I think this Urban Games has repositioned that sport really well. Really exciting time for trials, I think. Big news this week. So
Matt
good.
Jones's new video.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Matt Jones is, he's a slopestyle rider. He's a Red Bull athlete. He's a dirt jumper. But he's come up with this crazy video. He's doing some insane riding. It's amazing. One trick in particular that actually caught my eye was a flip Superman to late no-hander.
Yeah.
So that's a backflip Superman to late no-hander.
There was so many epicness. That air to tree ride.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I love a little bit of a stunt, and right near the end there, they throw in a really great stunt where he backflips to 2-foot plant on a log to drop in.
So he dismantles, he overflips.
And it's such a difficult trick, and super fun. I mean, Matt is brilliant in it. I think we've got to mention Stu Thompson has directed this film, and this guy just keeps putting out video after video that is hit after hit. He does all of Danny Mac's videos, a lot of them. He's done some great BMX videos, he's done some music videos, but time and time again, Stu Thompson, he just delivers. But Matt has come up with something special with his riding. So you must check this video out in full. Obviously, you've seen a bit of some highlights there. But news of the week is Matt Jones has got some skills.
He has, he's been working hard.
Good to see.
Right, on to what's going on with you guys, what you said about the Dirt Shed show and what was happening on the channel in the last week. Got some good comments. What we've got to start with, Dottie?
Jack O'Brien says, can you guys make a video where you put suspension on Martin's wheelchair?
Oh, yeah, I'd love that. I would love that.
We could have a go at that.
Could we do that? That would be great. That'd be great. Would that involve cutting things and breaking my wheelchair?
Well, I reckon we keep that one stock and we just make you another wheelchair.
Bolting. Sounds good to me. I am working on something in the background. Dottie's seen it.
It's
looking
good.
Looking good.
And Shagley says, got super excited about it being all hardtails this week for Bike Vault.
Yes.
Thinking my bike will finally be on it.
Here we
go. No crappy feeling when it's not. But if only you realise how many entries we get. Like 100 entries a day. Like, it's insane.
A day.
I laughed out loud then, but I realised it's not funny. Because it's really hard.
He has asked if we can have separation more often and have like full suspension one week and a hardtail the next. Give us folks with a hardtail more chance of actually being featured.
Well, then have a fat bike one and then
I think a bike vault's for everyone, myself.
Yeah, I think hardtail one was really fun last week. There's definitely a few hardtails in again this week. But yeah, we'll be keeping an eye out for your hardtail, Shagley. Don't worry, we'll be looking out for it.
Finn Nampala, do an episode about trail dogs? Yes. Breeze training, maintenance, smoochiness.
Should we get a puppy and train him?
Would you be a puppy?
Should we get a GMBN
trail dog puppy?
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
Well, let us know in the comments down below.
Reckon we get one on expenses?
We could get a rescue.
What breed should we get?
Yeah, what breed?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I reckon a Vizsla would be second pole.
Should we do a second poll?
Should we do a second poll?
Yes.
Yes.
What breed of dog?
I think Vizsla's got to be up there. They're great trail dogs.
Okay.
Yes.
Hard to train, but really nice characteristics.
Can I go for a Rhodesian Ridgeback?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can also kill a bear if you happen
There
to.
you go.
I'm going to put the Mastiff in there because that's what I've got. I've got an Old English Mastiff.
I'm just going to throw another one out there. Bit of a slower dog, but I'll put an Alaskan Malamute in there because those things can tow a tyre. So I'm thinking uplift dog here.
Oi!
Yes. Uplift dog.
Yeah, man. You can sit. You don't need an e-bike. Just
They
have
like
Jack Russell.
working dogs. They like it. They like it. It's a good idea.
the way, isn't it?
There's another poll for you right there. Next, we've got Kian Gee, and he says, why did Tom van Steenbergen spin his front wheel before doing his caveman drop during the rampage?
Well, because I think it's all to do with centrifugal force.
Right.
So when his wheel is spinning,
yeah,
he doesn't want to land off that huge drop with his
want
wheel
to
stuck.
Yeah.
And when he lands, it's just going to dig like a front brake, like you're pushing the front
I think
brake.
it probably helps stabilise the bike in the air as well.
The bike, yeah.
So
it keeps the bike stable.
Very
smart
clever.
rider.
Blake's favourite bit of the show. We're going to get into progression session and first try Fridays. Go on, Blake, take it away.
Right, I'm going to kick it off with progression. This guy, Max Penny, sent this video in, and it's a place where we love to ride. Windhill Bike Park is a great place. But, funny, he sent it in, and
you didn't know
I didn't even know this. Yeah. It's your nephew.
It is my nephew.
No way.
So check this out. He's doing the Pro Line. This Pro Line is pretty big, so check this out.
What?
Oh, a bit of a front wheel case.
You need to progress forwards about a metre.
Definitely. You don't want to go.
Well, you got away with that. God,
Wow. But he does send
happy
in.
days.
Yeah, look, big boner log there.
Here he goes.
Easy.
Skies it. Look
Nice.
at that.
Straight to the next.
And he boosts that one. That one's...
Tell you races BMX, can you?
Yeah, wow.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
That is good progression.
Fair play for having another go at that, because when
'cause-
you've cased a jump, it's frightening.
I've seen
so
some horrendous crashes on that jump.
Yeah, no, fair play. Great progression.
Max.
Thanks for sending it in.
Hacks and bodges, 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 hacks and bodges.
Right, first up this week, we have got a great hack from Atti Lukemo. Look at this, right? He didn't hack a dog, but wow, it's a great story. He saw a sign that a really lovely golden retriever puppy had been lost.
Oh.
He saw the sign on a tree, and then out of the corner of his eye, he saw
Saw the dog.
He saw the
saws
dog.
the puppy,
Oh.
goes over and finds it, and this is the hack, and it's really clever. Used an inner tube as the lead.
Nice.
Took the dog back to the owners. Atte's a legend.
He
Happy
is a
ever after.
legend.
Brilliant.
That is
That
awesome.
is quite a hack.
That
sir.
is
Wow. Brilliant.
Yes,
Brilliant.
like it.
What I've got on from Carlo, look at this. It's a pub bike.
Oh.
But like he's utilised his bottle cage bolts
hold a spanner.
to hold a spanner, but this spanner is a 15mm spanner. So what I'm thinking, these old pedals, they're 15mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So
take
what
them
he
off.
does, he goes to the pub, dumps his bike outside, takes his pedals off. No one can ride his bike away.
Clever.
That's what
clever,
I'm thinking.
Yeah, and
That's
it
a good
doubles
hack.
up as a handle for picking up the bike.
Yeah, or you can take off your wheels.
Wheel
'cause
nuts.
that could be a 15mm.
Yeah,
build
yeah,
up.
it's a good
That's
hack.
a hack.
That's
I
quite
actually
a
think
bit of
for
an
a pub
enduro
bike,
hack, isn't it?
I think it looks kind of cool.
It does.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
retro. I like it.
It's white, which is clever because that means when you come out the pub, you can see your bike in the dark.
You shouldn't be drinking in the pub and riding your bike home, though.
Yeah,
True.
That's what I was thinking. That was I was thinking.
Okay, well this one is the man after my own heart. So this is from Thomas Kjorval from Denmark. So he's got one of those one-up tools that goes inside your head
Yeah.
tube, holds a CO2 cartridge, and
Clever
a
little
multi-tool in that.
thing. Yeah.
But hasn't got the little adapter to use the CO2 cartridge on his bike. He didn't like carrying anything.
Ah.
So inside his cranks here, so a set of race plates, got a hollow
Yeah.
axle on
Is
it.
that, yeah, it's
So he's
big all
got a handlebar plug and he's found a little Z-FAL adapter.
Whoa.
Pushes in, plug it straight in.
Brilliant.
That's
Brilliant.
Brilliant. That is neat.
mint.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it also makes
That is-
the crank look pretty cool with the little plug in there. So
I was going to
some other
say
stuff
that. I was
going
going
on.
to say I'm going to do
Yeah, I
that to
might
my
borrow that
cranks,
exact
and I'm
one.
going to put
Supreme hack,
one of
that
these ones in there. I'm going to stick that. That'll fit in there.
That'll look nice.
Yeah.
Look nice. Yeah.
Blue
That'll,
Great
ma-
hacks
that'll
and
match
bodges.
your Nuki, won't it? That blue.
It will match my nuke proof. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice, nice. Hacks and bodges this week off the charts. Thanks for sending them in. Keep them coming. And let us know, do you want us to keep singing that song or not? Viewer edits this week is a bit of a special because this is sort of a pro edit, but it's so different. I wanted to show as much as we could. So it's
Sounds
a fantastic viewer
It is
edit.
very good.
Let's hit the lights.
Nice.
Have a look at this.
Cozy.
It's really different riding, and I
Good
think,
bike.
Blake, you've seen this. Remember
I've
we
seen
looked at-
this, yeah,
And
yeah,
you
it's
hit the nail
really-
on the head. He's like riding like street motorcycle stunts
Yes.
on a push bike.
You know when they
So-
sit on the tank and
Not going to lie, it's got a slow start, but once we get into it, Camille gets riding. And
It is
Oh,
really
so he's got
it's-
4 pegs on that.
Yeah,
no,
you
but
wait.
wait for what he does.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go.
There's a few car park tricks I reckon we could
Really great.
learn from this guy.
Look at that! Oh my gosh!
Where did that come from?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's crazy.
What about that?
Look at that.
I'll take some
I
strength.
don't think I could do that on the flat.
Well, he
Oh,
is doing it
nice.
on a flat. Look at that.
No, I mean with that on the bike.
Lovely.
Oh, right.
Lovely. Great.
It is
Love.
motorbike, isn't
Love
it?
his wheelie
Look at
control.
that.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
rad.
Oh, imagine he went over that wall off the side of the
That
building.
is so good.
Wow.
Whoa!
Oh, imagine his breath.
Oh,
Sketchy.
mate.
Oh,
That was Switzerland
squeaker.
squeaker away.
Oh, nice.
It's really.
Oh,
I
it's
like
got
it. It's
some
got some
serious
skills.
style.
That.
Oh, dude.
Now that's
That-
street moto.
That is
isn't it?
definitely street
Look at
motor.
that! I'm back!
And backwards. What to learn?
Oh, I mean, it's great riding.
Wow,
it's
it is
really
really
great
good.
riding.
That's
It's
really
just
different
so
as well.
different.
Cardinal.
You know who Camille is? He's the Rodney Mullen of mountain bike street.
He is.
He's brought the old back.
Wow.
Got a bit of time in his hands.
Yes.
to get that in, I reckon.
That is amazing. Well, I tell you what, Camille, that is a
That is so
fantastic
fresh.
video.
Well into that.
Thanks for sending it in. I really love it. And we're going to put the link in the description down below. You must go and check that video out in full because it's absolute banger. Nice one. Viewer edits. If you can get in there, send us your edit. Make sure it's an absolute hit. And we will get maybe 500,000?
500,000.
500,000
yeah.
views. Right, Fails and Bells this week, and we have got a fantastic, totally bucked bit of riding from Joel Nichols out in Christchurch in New Zealand. Now, this is really cool, right? Because this trail is new. It's called the Gnarly Nun.
Okay.
It's next to the Flying Nun. Now, they had some big fires there. Flying Nun was a really famous local trail. Couldn't be ridden, but they got permission to build this new trail next to it. He's out there enjoying the riding again.
Yeah.
As this prang. But look, he falls over so hard, a stick goes through his helmet.
Gnarly.
Through the helmet. I mean, and it
misses his head?
just misses his head, gives him a bit of a graze, but it could have been a lot worse.
That is so close.
It was so bad he was stuck to the ground, he couldn't get up.
So he had to leave his
He had to actually leave his helmet there.
What? I do like what he's done. He says
Makes me shudder.
in brackets,
Yeah.
not Aussie Doddy.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
You
Sorry.
get them confused.
You're not going to get rid of that, you know. I'm going to keep saying
Yeah, well, not if he keeps bringing it up, dude. Not
No.
if he keeps bringing it up. Right, so that's got me in the mood for
Yes.
some Fails and Bells. What could we do about that?
Run VT!
It's all right if I start Instabangerz.
Yes, go for it.
Oh, yeah, right. I've got a great post here from Dan Hemingway, famous motorcycle trials rider. His son, George, doing this huge gap. He's 9 years old.
9? That's
It's
massive.
crazy. The level of riders these days. The Hemingways, amazing family. Dan, great rider. But Harry and George are two riders to watch for the future, for sure.
Definitely.
Incredible riders. Great guys.
Right, I'm going to throw to Hayley Elise. She's from BC, Canada. She lives in Whistler. Her Instagram, she does a lot of travelling, a lot of overlanding with her
Ollie,
boyfriend.
isn't she?
Yeah, she's Ollie Jones. All that jazz. Check it out, it's super cool.
Oh, I'll have a look at
Yeah,
that
and I want
post.
to throw you to Igo Garay. So he's like a rides for Fox and Santa Cruz, like an enduro racer, but he's just got a really cool page with loads of real cool little mini shreddits and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like mini
Super cool,
shreddeds.
well worth a look.
Like
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Right, what about some shout-outs this week? Doddy, got anything you could throw us to?
Yeah, I am actually. I'll give you a shout out to my nephew Max and his friend Mitch Bonroth, who've just done this little video with McCurdy Films. It's in the link below, so have a little look at that. It's well worth a look.
Yeah.
So he
Definitely check
hung
that
up that jumper on the Pro Line.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty spectacular, but then you get to see him
Worth a
shredding
watch.
it really well, so it's well worth a watch.
Okay,
Nice.
I'm going to throw you to this. It was sent in to me, the link.
That was crazy.
Sent in to me, the link, excuse me, from Jake. Jacob Babcock sent me this in. He's a regular on the show. And it's this weird two-wheeled front end fat bike thing. And I just thought,
gnarly.
Looks like
wow.
it should go in a pole.
I just
Yeah.
thought, wow, what is that? Embarrassing or not? But thanks for sending it in. It's weird.
You're right, I've got a good shout out. It's from the 50-1 boys. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. They're flipping cool. But they've just come out with this rad little edit. They're out in Barcelona shredding BMX, not
Nice,
mountain
back
bike.
to 20s.
Back to 20
Sweet.
inch shredding in the,
I haven't seen
in the
that yet.
streets of Barcelona. That's sick. Check it out.
Great bangers and shouts this week. Now, there's only one thing left to do, really, and that's have a bit of a bike vault party. So let's get straight into the vault. Right, we're into the vault. First bike
nice
is from
cute.
Anatol
It's a hard turn,
in
You're not going to go
Moldova.
far without any pedals, though.
You're
Moldova.
not.
I think it's fresh out the box, dude, that one. I think it's
does look
fresh
pretty
out the
cool,
It
box.
is
isn't it?
fresh out of the box.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It is nice.
I'm
that
into
a
that. I
lot.
like hardtail.
Yeah.
That's nice. Another Hardy.
That's
Andy
really nice.
Marshall.
It's a Sherpa, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Stanton
Yeah,
Sherpa.
Stanton
Yeah.
Sherpa.
that's good.
Grisdale, that's up north.
It's got some hope.
That's
groups in
super
it.
nice.
Super nice.
Yeah, you agree, Doddy?
I do.
Oh,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Super
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Oh.
Um,
Oh man.
Ed
Where is
Refem.
that?
That is a nice
Colombia.
That is in
Colorado.
Colorado.
Sorry, I read
Home of
that.
mountain biking.
That is.
Yeah.
That is super nice.
I agree.
Super
Don't
nice.
know.
Ooh.
What?
There's a giraffe in the background. That's a super nice. That's
Fiona McDonald
No, it's not. They're trying to trick
in the
us.
Kansanshi Game Park in Solwezi, Zambia.
Is that mum and dad were born there?
Now, hang on, lads. Does a giraffe in the background get you a super nice?
Yes.
Yes, it
It
does.
does. Oh, I broke the
horn.
I broke it.
It broke the
I
horn.
broke the horn.
Oh my god! I mean, a
Back of it.
giraffe in the background is crazy. Right,
So,
Joe
yeah, mate, just stand
Rennick.
there a minute.
Broken.
Can the horn?
It's not
Back,
broken.
back. We're back in the shed. Okay, this is
No.
from Joe Rennick, Brecon, Wales. There's a dog
I can tell you a
Trail
story
dog.
about this photo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We've done 4 super nices, by
I
the
know,
way.
but this guy tackled me whilst I was out riding my own bike.
Oh, did you promise him a super nice?
I didn't promise him a super nice. I didn't
you're not
promise
allowed to do
anything,
that.
but I did promise him to put it in there because he did have a knife to my neck.
That's a nice
That's
story.
a lie. He didn't. But
It's a nice story,
it's a super-
and it's a nice bike. It's nice.
It's nice. Okay.
Moving on.
I got it in.
Joppers.
That is rad. I love amber
Yeah, I
tyres.
tell you what,
like
yeah, I really
That's
like
nice.
those tyre
Yeah.
walls.
That's
That is well
nice.
nice.
That's
I
nice.
especially like it
is-
because it's a Mondraker as well.
Doddy,
okay.
well nice. Is
nice.
it? Is it?
Is it a
is
super
it?
nice?
That is a super nice.
Super
Oh,
nice.
so many
Any day of the week.
super
Okay.
nice is in the show.
Kim Anderson,
Woo.
the Danish forest run in Denmark. It's
Nice.
nice.
Ah,
really
that's nice.
Yeah, can vouch for that.
That
Very
is nice. Not drive side. Sorry.
Next one up,
Ooh.
Kirsten McD in Solway. Wait a
Interesting
minute.
angles.
Wait.
Wait a minute, there's a giraffe in the background!
No way.
Yes,
Another one. Super nice.
That's one way of changing a
That
trail
is-
dog to
that's
trail
the
giraffe.
It's the daughter of the same family.
A giraffe's like, ooh.
Is it following
Zambia's,
them?
Zambia's, I love how it's looking over the trees. Okay, that's a super nice. If you get a giraffe in, you're pretty much guaranteed.
Pretty much going to get it.
Right, next up, Lemon
Oh,
132.
I like Cannondale's.
I
It's
love
nice.
It's
Cannondale.
nice.
It's nice. I like it, it's nice.
Is it Cannondale trying to be something they're not?
Well, hard tell.
Oh no, it's
They've
very
always
hard
made
to tell.
hardtails. Yeah.
No,
it's
no,
nice.
no, I mean,
It's nice.
just I just think that the frame forming is, don't know, doesn't feel Cannondale to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive frame. I bet he's like 6 foot.
But it's a Cannondale, and I always give them super nices.
He's a big.
I really do always give them super nices. That's a Cannondale.
Very nice.
Right, okay, Luke Tipping.
Look at that
It's a Mondraker
sunbeam.
as well.
Oh, yeah, there. Yeah. No, it's
For me,
nice.
it's a super nice.
That's a super nice from Doddy.
Super nice.
Oh, this is super nice. Madness
Oh,
today.
that's
wow.
Riccardo
Look at that.
Oglietti.
Italy. Oh,
In Italy. That's nice.
That is nice.
that's nice.
He's
That
out
would
for
have been
nice
a
ride.
super nice if his hand hadn't have been in shot.
Oh, yeah, there's his hand. No,
Oh.
that's his thumb. Yeah, no. Sorry.
But
no.
it's nice. It had everything.
I like
it
it.
just
Yeah, I
didn't
like
need
it.
your hand.
It's nice.
Right, next one.
Ooh.
Rich in
Plus
Hart
size
Sean
on the party.
Woods,
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
That's
That
a
is.
nice shot.
See, now what is that bike?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure.
Now what is
Look at
that
that
bike?
bottom.
I know, it's
Look at
crazy
that.
one bracket design.
Yeah,
right?
that's. Let us know what that bike
Yeah,
is,
I'm-
man. I'd like to
I'm
know.
sure.
Yeah, that is nice.
I really like it though.
I think it's more than nice.
Do you like it? Do you
I'd
see-
go super nice, you know.
Let's
I
go
think
super
it's-
nice.
Super
I'm sorry,
nice.
everybody. I'm sorry. We've gone
Nice
super
Yeti.
nice.
It's a Yeti.
It's
on
a
principle.
Yeti. No,
Oh,
no,
Come on.
no.
It's a Yeti.
What's wrong?
Doddy's giving
That's
it.
a nice. I can't. It's blurry.
We've lost control
The
at this
bike's
point,
nice,
Josh.
but look
We've
at the
lost
shot.
control.
It's a Yeti though.
It's too much sun.
Josh has got his head
Yeti.
in his hands behind the camera of our
Yeah,
super
you can
nices.
see it as well.
But it's a
nice.
super nice. It's a super
Oh.
nice.
It's a Yeti. Yeah.
It's a
You-
super nice.
Yeah. Oh, no
Wow.
way. Now that is a photo.
The best photo yet by far.
By far the
Nice.
best photo.
Wow.
Super nice.
Yeah.
I think
An
if
old
there was
giant.
a level,
That's
if there was a
lovely.
level above super nice, that would get it. And that is.
That reminds me of the picture I did of my bike yesterday.
Okay. When
I mean, that one from Trailer
Didn't do it
Fevre
in
at
the
the end
river.
there, that's what we're all aiming for, really.
I'm aiming
That
for that. I'm gonna go.
was a
and try and
great
get one of them.
bike vault.
That
I'm pumped after
Go on.
that.
How nice is that as a
Pumped.
shot?
No, that's
I
pretty
should have put my own bike in.
You should have
Mm,
done.
you should
That
not
is a
allow
very
it.
That's
nice
a good shot, isn't it?
Yeah, but you didn't, Doddy, and that's the problem. People, you've got to get your bike in the bike vault to stand a chance to get a super nice.
I'm entering next
So
week.
send it in. Doddy's doing it. There's the address. We want to see your bike. We want it in the bike vault, and we want to give it a super nice, don't we?
Yeah, we do,
love it.
yeah.
You can see how much
Those
we
are
love
good.
it. Send it in. We'll have a look, and you might be there getting a
nice.
pat on the back for just how great your bike is. Well, it's been a great show this week. Last up, I just want to push you towards our shop. It's a great way to support us, and we have got a pre-Black Friday sale going on. So there's a link in the description down below. You can see it on the screen. Follow that, where there's some amazing bargains from our store.
Some of this stuff.
Yeah, some of this stuff. So check that out for sure. And it's leading up to Black Friday, where the things are going to get pretty racist this
Oh,
week.
good
some
stuff
special.
coming.
Some good stuff coming there, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But what have we got coming up on the channel this week?
Well, on Saturday, pretty cool one actually, reminds me of the old days, is we're building a bunny hop meter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is such a fundamental
good.
skill for everyone to learn anyway.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Really good fun. And on Sunday, something pretty cool going. I don't know if you know about this, but we might have done a world record.
Might have done a world record.
A
yeah.
world record?
Yes.
Yeah.
We might have.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
That's enough.
It's coming up on Sunday. It's going to be amazing.
Tuesday we've got a good one because I might have to watch this one because I do this. 10 mechanical mistakes.
Oh.
That's something for everyone.
Yes.
Now.
And I do.
Myself included.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah, fashion mistakes. That's the other thing you do.
Fashion, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for supporting us. Make sure you hit the old globe here to subscribe. And what about some videos, lads? What videos have we got we could send them to?
Right down here. What is a trials bike?
Oh, yes.
Some good one.
You'll learn something if you watch that.
Yeah,
What about you? What about you, Bing Biz?
Oh, don't know. Click down here. There's a rad video for you to watch.
Just saying. But what we do need is some thumbs.
Yeah, definitely
yeah.
a thumbs up, like.